Good afternoon. Welcome, participants who are viewing on Zoom or on Facebook, or calling in to our 14th annual Senior Resource Fair. It's a three-part virtual event today, tomorrow, and Thursday. It would have been great to be seeing you all at Temple Emanu-El like I've done for the last 13 years. And I appreciate so much their helping me for 13 years and participating today. But since we are not able to get together face to face, I wanted to share resources that I thought would engage us all during this time of pandemic. We have a really wonderful event set up for you today. Before I go to today's proceedings, I wanted you to be aware that we have a CART, C-A-R-T, Communication Access Real-Time Translation Captioner, converting speech to text. As a viewer, you have to activate the closed captioning option to view the text on your device. If you're in Zoom, click on Closed Caption CC in Meeting Controls to start viewing closed captioning. If you're watching in Facebook Live, you will see a setting button in the bottom right-hand corner of the video. Click Closed Caption CC to start viewing closed captioning. We're trying to make this accessible as possible to as many people as we can. I also wanted to share some information about voting. I know, I'm always talking to you about voting and the census, for those of you who follow me or even talk to me on the streets. So first off, judging by the high volume of calls and emails to my office, there is a lot of interest in voting this year. We understand and appreciate this more than you will ever know. A few important dates to keep in mind. October 27th is the deadline to request an absentee ballot. Early voting, which we think is the best way to vote if you have the option, will take place between Saturday, October 24th and Sunday, November 1st. And of course, Election Day is Tuesday, November 3rd, where you can go to your normal polling site to vote the old-fashioned way. You can request an absentee ballot online. You can track your absentee ballot, find out your poll site location and hours for both early and Election Day voting, all at vote.nyc. Vote.nyc. Of course, as always, if you run into any issues or problems, please reach out to my office and we will work to resolve the issues as quickly as possible between you and the Board of Election. All right, to give a general overview of this full afternoon, we have a great panel this afternoon who will share their organization's online arts and cultural resources. To find out more information about the presenters and their organization's programs, please go to the Senior Resource Fair webpage at www.lizkrueger.com/SRF/. Again, www.lizkrueger.com/SRF/. SRF is for Senior Resource Fair. Our first presenter is Marjorie Schuster, the coordinator of literary events at the Streicker Center at Temple Emanu-El. Marjorie will share information about the wonderful lecture program at the Streicker Center. After Marjorie we will go to the Carnegie Hall with David Freudenthal, the Director of Government Relations there, telling us about how you can access Carnegie Hall programs even if you can't get to them. After the concert from Carnegie Hall, we will go to the University Without Walls and visit virtual on-site classes at DOROT with Wendy Handler, Director of On-Site and Special Programs, and Lorraine Wojtek, Director of Connect Through Tech. Connect Through Tech, that's what we're all trying to do every day now. After class, we will go to the Museum of Modern Art with Hannah Fagan, Coordinator of Adult and Academic Programs at MoMA. And we will end our presentation today at the theater with Gladys Mojica, Community Relation Manager with the Theater Development Fund. After all the presentations, I will moderate a Q&A. So we have some questions in advance that have been submitted. And if you are on Facebook, you can submit questions as you are hearing the presenters move through one by one today. People who are watching on Zoom can submit questions by clicking on the Q&A button at the bottom of the Zoom window. You can also submit your questions through Facebook. So now it's my pleasure to introduce, let's try this in English. So now it's my pleasure to introduce Marjorie Schuster. Hi, Marjorie.
Hello, Senator Krueger. Thank you very much. Thank you. And hello, everyone. And thank you to Senator Krueger's office for organizing this valuable conversation. My name, as she said, is Marjorie Schuster, and I'm at the Temple Emanu-El Streicker Center. Under normal circumstances, we would all be at Temple Emanu-El right now learning about all the interesting program available to you. As these times are anything but normal, this conversation is, of course, moved online, as is all of our exciting programming. The Streicker Center takes pride in offering a wide array of events for everybody's varied interests. Over the past few years, we have hosted and learned from President Barack Obama and the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We have laughed with Mel Brooks. We've enjoyed the music of Peter Yarrow and Israel's top singers, as well as the glorious Orchestra of St. Luke's. We have presented evenings where you could meet your favorite authors, enjoyed performances by Broadway stars, and listen to iconic figures like Hillary Clinton, Gloria Steinem, or Michelle Obama. For us, these events are not only about engaging with politics, the arts, or culture, but about building a community that makes sense of the world together, about Jewish learning, questioning, and laughing together. Since March, when we have had to close our doors, we've managed to keep our commitment both to quality programming and the power of our community. And that community has grown enormously with over 100 virtual events, with 250,000 people watching, not just in New York or the United States, but from all across the world. You can see the full listing of our programs and classes on our website. And our website is streicker.nyc. It's streicker.nyc. But let me give you a few highlights of events that are coming up. Tomorrow night, Governor Andrew Cuomo will be with us to launch his new book, American Crisis, about how New York has coped over the last few months. And we are thrilled that none other than Barbara Streisand will be introducing him. We then continue on to the final 3 out of 5 live conversations from Israel with leading Israeli politicians. Later this month, 2 New York Times columnists, Frank Bruni and Bret Stephens, will chat about the upcoming election and what America could look like after the votes are counted. Next is Fran Lebowitz and Frank Rich. They'll continue in that same vein with their own State of the Union conversation. If your interests lie elsewhere, you can join us for some terrific music, both pop and classical. On November 12th, Broadway stars will bring you the music of Frank Sinatra with a bit of a Jewish twist. And later in the season, the Orchestra of St. Luke's will perform 5 concerts in our majestic sanctuary, all live streamed for you. In addition to our live online events, you can watch those you may have missed by watching the recordings on our website. There you can find a recent chat with the hilarious Harvey Fierstein, interviews with the cast of the new Israeli TV hit show Tehran, a discussion with Jeff Daniels and other cast members for the TV sensational show The Comey Rule. You will also see a terrific hour with the marvelous Mrs. Maisel herself, Rachel Brosnahan, and a lively conversation with a wide array of authors, including Jennifer Weiner, Tony Kushner, Judith Viors, and many others. We also offer you a full schedule of very small interactive classes where you can learn to speak Hebrew from our teachers, learn to bake exceptional desserts with top bakers, explore the French-Jewish experience in film, or learn about New York Jews and the making of pop culture. We hope you enjoyed the glimpse into this little glimpse into the Streicker Center, and please know that we look forward to welcoming you into our community often.
Thank you so much, Marjorie. That was great. And it sounds like there's a lot of activities happening very soon that should intrigue us. Next, we're going to go to Carnegie Hall with David Freudenthal. Hi, David.
Hi, Senator. Good to see you. And just a quick shout out to Wendy Brennan and your fantastic team. I'm sure that everybody on the call loves Wendy, and you're well represented by your team, Senator. Thanks for hosting us today. We've been thrilled to be part of the senior fair for a number of years, and wish we were doing it in person, but thrilled to be here in a virtual format. Carnegie Hall has a bunch of digital offerings that we've made available, and we've chosen a few which we think would be the most interest to you all today. And so I'm going to just walk you through a few of these virtual events, same as you heard from Marjorie. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Wish me luck, people, as I endeavor to do that. All right, I'm going to go to watch and listen. Okay, watch and listen. You're seeing it, right? It's working? So I know you all know that Carnegie Hall has canceled our in-person events through January, but we never stopped bringing the transformative power of music to New Yorkers. Right after the city shut down, we introduced our Live with Carnegie Hall series. This is this kind of shows you like a little bit about kind of the set of the different offerings we have. I'm going to take it alive with Carnegie Hall, which features new original content, programs that connect world-class artists with music lovers everywhere. Not happening. My computer's thinking. There it is. Live with Carnegie Hall. Musical performances, storytelling, conversations that offer deeper insights into the great music and behind the scenes, personal perspectives. The program's completely free. It's available on our website as well as on Facebook and YouTube. And audiences are really invited to become part of the conversation. I saw one of the questions in the chat was sort of, whether there's things for seniors. And this is really there's a lot of opportunities for engagement in these live performances. The Live with Carnegie Hall kicked off with a performance, I'm going to bring us down there, by Titus Burgess back in April 14. Since then, we've featured a huge number of artists: Renee Fleming, Yannick Nezitz-Seguin, Emanu-El, just to name a few. There's Manny. And on July 23rd, the six-time Tony Award winner Audra McDonald joined music director Andy Einhorn for a varied selection of songs. Also a conversation with Mo Rocca, who you all may know from Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, about the role of artistic expression in times of social change. I'm going to play you a quick clip from that. There is Audra. You hear it?
We're not getting any sound, David.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Bear with me. Experiencing technical difficulties. All right. I gotta, how do I turn on this sound on the...
Go back to when you share your screen, click Share Computer Sound.
I know that. I'm just not seeing the option. I'm sorry. My apologies. Share computer sound. There it is. Okay. We're going to try again, folks.
Though you may refuse me, It's because they all love the wondrous thing they call love. He loves and she loves and they love, so why can't you love and I love too? Birds love and bees love and whispering trees love, and that's what we both should do. Oh, I always knew someday you'd come along. We'll make a two-song that just can't go wrong. Hear me. He loves and she loves and they love, so won't you love me as I love you?
All right. Audra for everybody. Going to take you back to the Live with Carnegie Hall page. And just last week, we celebrated our opening night with a virtual gala celebration. Bear with me, be right there.
David, we can't hear you. I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, okay. Unfortunate. Stop sharing. Can you hear me now? You can hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start sharing again. So can you? Just last week, Carnegie Hall celebrated its opening night. We had our virtual gala. Special evening featured new inspiring performances from the Hall's illustrious past and speakers who honored our 130-year history, which you can watch that from our website. And the watch and listen page. Back to the watch and listen page, you can find a link to Carnegie Hall playlists on Apple Music. There's our opening night, which I encourage you all to check out. And you can here you can find a link to Apple Music right there, and you can explore a variety of specially curated playlists that feature the essential listening of the season. I'm going to click on this link, show you some of this. Currently, there are 3 playlists featured on our website. Carnegie Hall Presents is updated each month and allows you to discover upcoming artists and repertoire. The Symphony Orchestra playlist celebrates the essential orchestral music of Richard Wagner. Lastly, the piano playlist showcase pianists with upcoming performances from Carnegie Hall in the 2021 season. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about is master classes.
David, we've lost your audio again. I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
On our website, you can also find masterclasses and special recordings. Many performances enjoyed live at previous seasons at the Hall can be enjoyed again from the comfort of your home, from our website, and from YouTube pages. The last thing I want to talk about is our digital collections. You can discover Carnegie Hall's history by linking onto these. Our archives aims to provide more access to historical content, which shares the Carnegie Hall's rich history with the widest popular audiences. And the link is right there, www.collections@carnegiehall.org. You can search our performance history, all kinds of cool stuff in here. Cicero Jones, for example, you can click in there. You can hear 5 performances of her at Carnegie Hall, including her first performance in the recital hall in 1892. Hey, thank you, Senator Krueger and everybody for the chance to take you through these. And I hope you'll come and check these out yourselves. As you can see, internet challenges is a multi-generational problem. But really grateful for the chance to talk to you.
Thank you so much, David.
Yeah.
You know, when you were presenting, I was reminded of my parents telling me stories about being kids and listening to the classical music on the radio with their parents and what a big deal it was for them. And suddenly, for some reason, I was having a flash to, you can watch, the great performances going on at Carnegie Hall on your computer, even though you can't get out there to the site right now, but there's all this amazing music and performance for us to just turn on our own convenience.
It's really amazing how much is, the folks doing this work are they're going 24/7. It's amazing how much amazing, content, not just Carnegie Hall, lots of, our colleagues are doing this stuff.
Exactly. It's really great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we're going to school. So we're going to hear from the University Without Walls and also visit virtual on-site classes at DOROT. So take it away. Wendy Handler, Director of Onsite and Special Programs, and Lorraine Wojtek, Director of Connect Through Tech. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. We're really glad to be here today. Thank you so much to Senator Krueger and to Wendy Brendan and to the wonderful team at your office, and to all of the audience participants who are joining us today as well. So I'm going to talk about DOROT University Without Walls. For over 30 years, we've been providing older adults with access to programming from home, specifically over the telephone. And we continue to be the only program, I think certainly in New York and in many places around the country, that are providing programs solely for phone users. So most of the programs that we've been hearing about today and that you'll hear about in other places are video-based, like Zoom, which really offers a very rich content experience. But if you're calling in, you might miss out on some of the more enjoyable aspects of those programs, like being able to see video clips or pictures, or being able to communicate with the facilitator or other program participants through the chat feature. So with University Without Walls, you're able to get all the materials mailed to your home, so that everybody has the same access to the visual materials. We keep our program sizes very small, no more than 15 people to a program. And this means that you have the opportunity to be able to share in conversation, to be able to ask your questions, and to even get to know some of the other people who are sharing the program with you. We offer about 25 to 30 programs each and every week. We cover things like museum discussions. Coming up this week, we have something from the Whitney called Stepping Out, which features LGBTQ artists and their stories. We offer live and recorded musical programming. This week we have things coming up on opera and jazz, and in the coming weeks we'll have some live classical concerts, as well as a program on rock and roll. We also feature things such as health and wellness. So this week you could take part in a program for seated Qigong and guided meditation. We offer a very rich offering of news and current event programs. This week we're having a town hall. We've been doing some things with League of Women Voters on voting by absentee ballot. I know a lot of people are interested in that. We've had talks on anti-racism and getting more educated about those issues. We also have conversation groups. I know some people are looking for spaces just to get together and chat, and we do that as well. We have support groups that are available. So there's a variety of different things that you can take part in. Most of our programming is in English, but we also offer special programming just for Russian speakers and also for Mandarin and Cantonese speakers. We would love to hear from any of you and to welcome you or anybody that you know. If you have any interest in joining our programs, you can reach us by phone at 877-819-9147, and you can also email us. We'll look forward to welcoming you. And now I'd like to introduce my colleague, Wendy Handler, who's going to tell you about another great program at DOROT.
Hi, everybody. While our building on the Upper West Side is closed during COVID-19, our on-site at home schedule offers the same vibrant, interactive, and life-enhancing programs now right to your home via Zoom. All of our programs are designed for adults 60 plus to encourage health and wellness, create social connection, and provide opportunities for dynamic learning, creative expression, and enrichment. So if you remember nothing else from my part of the presentation, remember these three things. We take great care to create a weekly calendar sent out each Monday with something for everyone, with 20 to 25 facilitator-led classes each week, some regular programs, and many special programs. To sign up, write to us at the email address on our slides. Number two, we love our community. We love seeing people in our programs. We introduce ourselves and introduce everyone to each other and try as much as possible to be together even while we're apart right now. And number three, our programs are free. Join us for one program a week or all 25. As I mentioned, we offer a range of programs. Our exercise classes are provided on a regular schedule with expert instructors and include classes like Stretch and Strengthen, Chair Yoga, Qigong, Postural Therapy, and a light dance class. Again, all geared towards adults 60 plus. Our enrichment programs are run by experts in their fields, from meditation to music appreciation, to our monthly book discussion, and more. We offer lots of opportunities for artistic and creative expression, too many to show here. They range from singing together in our Great American Songbook program, art and writing classes, origami, which is shown here, guided autobiography, a drawing program, watercolor, and more. Photography workshops and a Zoom movie making class that's about to begin, and storytelling groups such as our Wisdom Tales, where participants use stories from their own lives to create fables. Our on-site at home schedule also offers lots of opportunities to come together in small groups for discussion and support. We offer 2 current events discussions each week and a sports issues group, plus our Sharing Our Strengths narrative reflections workshop, a twice monthly Out at DOROT group for LGBTQ+ elders, and weekly Roses and Thorns discussion. We're proud of the lectures and presentations we offer, all designed to engage, inform, and create a sense of wonder, and touching on a variety of interests and passions. We collaborate with prominent cultural and art institutions in the New York City area and far behind. We host screenings and talkback sessions. In fact, we've got one coming up featuring a new documentary about the octogenarian actress Olympia Dukakis, including a talkback with the director. We have live classical and jazz performances with breathtaking professional musicians, with an average of 2 live concert programs each month, gallery talks on a range of exhibits, artists, and subjects, Conversations on engaging things like Jewish pirates of the Caribbean, amusement parks, immigration, and even getting good at getting older. Conversations with interesting people too, such as 1969 New York Met Art Shamsky, pictured here, and New Yorker cartoonist Mort Gerberg, along with others like the president of the NAACP, to name just a few. In addition to all these types of programs, we also offer trained social workers and volunteers who are available to help individuals one-on-one thoughtfully consider and document their end-of-life preferences. Again, all free of charge. So that's a bit about DOROT's Onsite at Home program. Whether you're looking for small discussion groups, lectures, movement classes, creative expression, join us. We hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was great. And gee, I may have to stop working and just come check in on all the activities you're doing.
Come on.
Next, thank you. Next, we are going to travel to the Museum of Modern Art with Hannah Fagan, who's going to share with us how you participate in a museum without even having to leave your house. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me get my slides up. Great, well, thank you all. My name is Hannah Fagan and I work in MoMA's education program, and I'm gonna share a little bit about upcoming education programs we have to offer. The first things first, the museum is in fact open. You can book time tickets online, but I'm going to be sharing about online programs and initiatives that you can experience from your own home. So we have been working on offering art making experiences throughout the pandemic. We have a series called Creativity Lab at Home. There's a physical art making space at MoMA called the Creativity Lab that's now closed. So we're bringing that spirit of creativity to you with a series of 25 art making videos available on MoMA's YouTube channel. All of the videos introduce a creative prompt or exercise inspired by works of art in MoMA's collection. And we also are offering Draw Together workshops in November. These will be all ages workshops without any experience or drawing expertise necessary to join them. So I thought I'd share one of these videos to give you a taste of what they have to offer. This is a video that I created with my grandmother about using art making as a way to connect with a loved one when you're physically distant. I'm Hannah Fagan and I work in MoMA's education department. The theme of this week's Creativity Lab at Home video is connecting with others. Let me introduce you to someone special.
I'm Loretta Falk. I'm a retired educator and I'm Hannah's grandmother.
We're inspired by the ways artists use instructions to create collaborative works. In 1923, Laszlo Moholy-Nagy placed an order to an enamel factory via telephone. His verbal instructions gave these works their unofficial title, telephone pictures. Now we're going to paint through our own set of instructions. We're using watercolors, but any materials will do. My first instruction is a wash of blue on one corner of the painting.
Make a diagonal line going from right to left corners using a green.
Make a small splatter of red paint in the right bottom corner.
Can you extend the blue and have it joined with the yellow?
Take blue and trace around all of the orange splatters.
From the yellow to the green, fill it with your favorite color.
We continue to take turns until we fill the entire page. Here's one of our favorite prompts. Make orange along the bottom and then tilt it up so it drips.
Okay. Oh, cool.
As we finish up, it's finally time for the big reveal. 3, 2, 1.
Look at that. Isn't it amazing how different they are with the same instructions? I think that you have to listen to one another, and it shows you that everyone's imagination goes in a different direction.
If painting isn't for you, Lee Lozano's work dialogue piece shows that having a conversation can be an artistic endeavor. Her instructions are simple. Call, write, or speak to people you might not otherwise see. Try it out on your own and share your creations by tweeting at MoMA Learning. So that gives you a little bit of a taste of the spirit of the art making videos and workshops that we're creating. I also wanted to share that we're offering conversation-based programs. So one example is Slow Looking, Connecting to Self and Place. And this is a Zoom program, and in it, we'll look closely at one work of art for 1 hour and use deep descriptions and various creative strategies to understand a work of art. So we'll be offering this program on October 15th and 19th at 8 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. and November 17th and 19th, and we have a different artwork for each month. And this is part of an initiative, called Artful Practices for Well-Being. That's about finding healing and connectedness through art. So in addition to these workshop formats, we also have audio tours that are still available to listen to online. So two of the newest audio guides are Beyond the Uniform, which is a program in collaboration with a group of security officers who work at MoMA and are also artists outside of their time here at MoMA. And they share their personal stories and relationships to works of art on view. We also have a brand new audio tour called Artful Practices for Well-Being that focuses on mindfulness, exercises that you can experience either from home or in front of works of art here. And there's even more at moma.org/audio. And the last thing I'll share is about our online courses that are offered through Coursera. Our online courses are completely free, along with all of the resources that I've shared today. And the courses include What is Contemporary Art, Seeing Through Photographs, Modern Art and Ideas, Fashion as Design, In the Studio, Post-war Abstract Painting, and then 3 different courses for teachers, Art and Inquiry, Art and Activity, and Art and Ideas. And when you go to sign up for a course, you can click this little button that says Enroll for Free, and then it will bring you to an overview here. So you can see that the courses are broken up into various weeks, and you can complete them at your own pace, and they include readings, videos, and discussion forum prompts, so you can share within a community of learners. And in addition to this content, we've also been offering Zoom activation programs as part of the courses. So those may be a Q&A with a curator, or a workshop led by someone in the education department. And when you sign up for the course, you'll get emails inviting you to join all of the upcoming Zoom programs. So that's just a sampling of what we have to offer. But if you want to know more about what we have going on or register for upcoming programs, you can go to moma.org/events or email adultprograms@moma.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hannah. So my best friend's mother at age 90 started taking art classes right before the pandemic broke out. And now she paints every day in her apartment. And not only has she never been happier, but I haven't seen her artwork, but my friend reports her mother's a really good artist. So things that people think maybe they can't do starting on their, 90th year in this life, apparently just aren't true. If you've got that talent in you, it can come out at any time. And then I was reminded when listening to the folks talking about classes that you can take. My own grandmother, who really had to drop out of school probably by around age 14, at age 90 announced she was going to college. She'd gotten all her children through college and her grandchildren through college, but she missed out. So she went to college from 90 to 97. So this concept that some things aren't available to us because of an age return is simply not true, as we are learning here in this afternoon's presentations. And now we're going to go to the theater with Gladys Perez Mojica from the Theater Development Fund. Hi, Gladys.
Hi there. Thank you so much, Senator Krueger, for having you and for, just the very careful care that was taken by your tireless staff to prepare this whole event. So thank you so much. So as you said, I'm Gladys Perez Mojica, and I'm the Community Relations Manager at TDF. And TDF stands for Theater Development Fund. We are a not-for-profit organization dedicated to bringing the power of the performing arts to everyone. Now, many New Yorkers know that our mission is to sustain live theater and dance by engaging and cultivating a broad and diverse audience and eliminating barriers to attendance. So you might ask yourself, with theaters closed, how do we stay on mission? So we have a whole page that's dedicated to how we're doing that. I'm going to share my screen right now to show you. Share screen, share. Okay, this is our web page here. I'm going to, oh my goodness, I stopped sharing. Goodness, hold on one second, sorry. I clicked the wrong thing, sorry. Don't click stop share. Okay, don't do that. All right, and I'm going to here. This is our page where it says New York City is closed, but TDF is open. And we're talking about how we're fulfilling our mission during the pandemic. Now, I don't know, do you see my notes here, or do you just see the word? Do you just see the web page? I'm sorry?
We see your notes.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. So this is how we're fulfilling our mission during the pandemic, and including for audiences, for people who are TDF members, we're automatically extending TDF memberships to make up for time lost. So for example, if you are a member, and I know that at the Senior Resource Fair, I often encounter people at Temple Emanu-El in the previous years that are members or have been members. A lot of the attendees will say, hey, I've been a member since 1975. I've been a member since 1973. I remember when theater tickets were 50 cents. That's amazing. They're not 50 cents anymore, but we do have low price tickets on our membership. And the nice thing is that if you renew your membership now, or if you become a member of TDF, the special that we had last year is still in effect. It's $20 instead of $40 for membership. But the nice thing is that it will extend. So if you renew now in October, and let's say Broadway opens next June, which we saw in the news that it's closed until May 31st, then it will stay, your membership will stay active until 2022, which is a pretty good deal for $20, right? So, so that's a nice thing. Let's see, where am I now? Oh, so the other thing is on membership itself, right now we have 36 offerings. And, usually on a regular, non-pandemic October day, we might have 336 offerings ranging from Broadway, off-Broadway, concerts, all kinds of things. But right now we have viewing events that are $11 usually, and that are online. And we've been able to not only include theater events that are happening in New York or that are online and recorded. Some of them are online and they're being live streamed, and some of them are recorded, and the theaters are providing them for $11, at the very low cost of $11 for TDF members. But some of them we've had regional theaters, which is really nice because we don't often feature regional theaters. So this pandemic has kind of opened up some things for us that we weren't able to do before. In addition, the nice thing is that one of the things we've been able to do that we weren't able to do before is really focus on seniors. And so we've started something that's very near and dear to my heart. And it's a new program, and we don't have a name for it yet. We've started it with New York Foundation for Senior Citizens and Generations Connect. And this is a program for seniors where they attend online viewing events in English, Spanish, and Mandarin, followed by a facilitated conversation. And the neat thing is that the facilitators are all volunteers, all high school students that are participating in the Gens Connect program. This program, Generations Connect, is a subsidiary of New York Foundation, and it was founded by a 16-year-old Chapin School student named Christine Zhu. When the pandemic started, Christine thought of her grandmother, in China, and how sad she would be if she couldn't be in touch with her. And she thought, man, this is really sad that these seniors in New York City are locked down and they can't be in touch with their loved ones. And so she found it. She went to Linda Hoffman, who is the executive director of New York Foundation for Senior Citizens, and she said, I want to start this program. Can I do it under your umbrella? And she said, sure. So they have a cadre now of at least 20 volunteers. They have a social worker that works with them. It's flourishing. It's burgeoning into this really nice thing. They get buddied up with seniors that are either members of New York Foundation's senior centers or that live in one of their residences. And so they become buddies, and they have weekly or more often phone conversations, and they've developed really nice relationships. And when the pandemic began, we at TDF, we immediately contacted our community partners to let them know that we're still around, even if there's no theater to build an audience for yet, right? But it will come back. And we paid close attention to our community partners that serve seniors, because we realized that as the most at-risk population of COVID-19 complications, you might be home for a while. I mean, my mother is 90, my father's 81. You know, at this point, it really stinks. It's 7 months in, and it really stinks. And having something else to occupy your time and to be able to connect with other people is really, really valuable. So knowing this left us with the prospect of serving seniors in a way that we weren't really able to before. So it's, you know, the mixed blessings of being able to do something now that we couldn't do before because it just wasn't feasible. But we've been doing this, and we'd love to connect with other organizations. So if you listening are part of a senior center and are wanting to connect with us, we'd love to do this with others. And if you're watching this and you're not connected with any program or anything else, please reach out to me. You know, we'll figure out how to get you involved, because we don't want you to feel isolated and alone. We want you to feel like you have people, because you do have people. You know, we're all operating on a skeleton crew these days, but we're here. And my email is gladysp@tdf.org. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Okay. Oh, and that email, that link in the chat that was posted by Justin is the membership link. So if you want to become a TDF member, the link is in there in the chat for $20, and you can click that link, and the promo code is embedded in the link, which is really cool. And so the last thing I want to show you is, I would like to show you a really nice video. The first event that we did in English, we found these beautiful videos from Stephen Sondheim's 80th birthday celebration, and we put these 6 videos together, and we called them Ladies in Red, because all of the singers are in red. And they represent womanhood at every stage, from girlhood to older adulthood. And the excerpt we'll be watching is the last 3 minutes of Elaine Stritch singing I'm Still Here. And you might like to know that at the time she sang this, she was 87 years old. And I hope you enjoy it. Share screen. Come. Hold on. Sorry. Share screen. Here we go.
I've been through Reno, I've been through Beverly Hills, and I'm here. Reefers and vino, rescuers, religion, and pills, but I'm here. Been called a pinko, commie tool, got through it stinko by my pool. I should have gone to an acting school. That seems clear. And still, someone said she's sincere. So I'm here. Black Sable one day, next day goes into hock. But I'm here. Top billing Monday, Tuesday you're touring in stock. But I'm here. First, you're another slow-eyed vamp. Then someone's mother. Then your camp. Then you career from career to career. I'm almost through my memoirs. yet. Sorry, Jesus, I thought you were hoses. Whatever happened to her? Good times and bum times. I've seen them all, my dear. Still here. Plush velvet sometimes. Sometimes just pretzels and beer. I have run the gamut. A to Z. 3 chairs, damn it. Say of me. I got through all the last year. And I'm here. Christ knows, at least I was there. And I'm here. Look who's here. I'm still here. Yes.
So I think that January 1, we can still say, look what happened last year, and I'm still here. So, because, you know, it's been that kind of time. So, so I hope that all of you are able to avail yourselves of TDF services. You have the links to our site. You have the links to the page of how we're, handling things during the pandemic. Your memberships support our programming for schools, from school-age students to senior center students. So, you're really supporting New Yorkers of all ages and shapes and sizes and creeds and everyone. So I really appreciate being here, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gladys. Well, I think we couldn't have ended our performances on a better note than Elaine Stitch doing that song. Amazing. And I bet a whole bunch of us were looking at the other women in red on that stage with her. You basically had some of the leading Broadway stars of multiple generations all up on the stage together. It's certainly making me hungry to get back to live theater as soon as possible, but reminding myself that you can watch many of these great performances that were taped at different times. Sometimes they get played on PBS, but I think you can download them now and remind yourself, hopefully not in a sad way, but of what we're still missing and longing for, but we'll come back. So thank you very much, Gladys. So now you've heard from our guests, and in a minute or so, we're going to just start to take some of the questions. If you still have questions that you would like to write into the chat format on your Facebook, please do. And my staff will bring them, or not bring them to me, they'll type them back in for me. I want to remind everyone that we're mostly taking questions about the resources for older adults and not more broadly related to arts and culture, because that could take up another couple of hours. But please, if you do have specific suggestions, let us know. And actually, I'm working on a roundtable around arts and culture issues with my friend and colleague, Jose Serrano, Senator Jose Serrano. And so we'll be announcing that very soon. And so it'll be a broader discussion of what we can be doing to expand on the realities and problems for arts and cultural institutions at this moment in history. Again, you can go to the webpage for this event or the other events when we have them at www.lizkrueger.com/SRF. And you can click the resource tabs and get links to the online version of my senior resource guide. And if you want a physical copy of the guide, you can call my office and we will mail it out to you. We have also compiled a list of online arts and cultural resources. You can access that guide in the resource tabs of the Fair, Senior Resource Fair webpage. So now I'm going to jump to some questions and hope that one of us up here can answer. So if all my guests would put their pictures back up and take themselves off mute. The one question I saw coming in on my chat recently was, Does anybody know about online Yiddish classes that they could participate in? I thought perhaps DOROT might know about. I don't know if any of your classes are teaching Yiddish.
Lorraine?
We're not on University Without Walls, but I am inspired. So I would love to find out about being able to make that available. It sounds like a great idea.
So I was also inspired, and while I was listening, I was typing into my phone, and it turns out that you have the Workers' Circle here in New York City, and they are offering Yiddish classes online. And you also have the YIVO, Y-I-V-O Institute, the Yiddish Institute VO, I'm not sure what it stands for. And they're saying that it's still time that you can register for free classes through December 2020. So I'm not saying DOROT shouldn't explore that for yourselves, but it turns out there are a couple of places, whoever asked that question, where you can do online Yiddish classes here in New York City. So I feel like I accomplished an assignment while I was listening to everyone. All right. Are there any support groups for seniors available in the city, sort of talk groups, I guess, specifically to talk about arts and cultural issues?
At DOROT, again, we have our Roses and Thorns discussion group. That's a support organization. And then we have our Sharing Our Strengths narrative workshop, which uses arts and culture-based prompts to explore how people are feeling. And it's a beautiful class.
And on DOROT's University Without Walls, we offer a bereavement group by telephone for older adults. We also have 2 support groups for people who are experiencing vision loss. At some points in the year, we are partnered with SAGE to offer support groups to LGBTQ aging members. And we're always looking to add, new groups. And we are also able to do referrals. So if you're looking for a specific group that we're not offering, our information and resource hotline would be able to direct you to the right program.
And I'm not necessarily pitching religion or any specific religion, but for a variety of reasons, I have started to look at some of the online offerings of the bigger religious organizations in my district. And quite a few of them are offering support type programs and groups. And I haven't come across anyone that says you actually have to be a member of that specific church or synagogue or even of that particular religion to be welcome. I think that a lot of us are understanding that we are all in search of opportunities to figure out how to decrease the stress and angst of living in a world of pandemic, being cut off physically from other human beings, and that there's a lot of religious institutions out there who are offering things like meditation sessions, group discussions, sort of emotional healing activities online. And so I would encourage anyone who is seeking that kind of information, if you have your own religious institution, you might want to double check if they're offering something. And if not, if you reach out to us, we can happily give you the names of some of the larger religious institutions who have developed their own online systems of access. I mean, we actually have Temple Emanu-El here today with their particular center, but I can almost guarantee without looking that Temple Emanu-El also has a bunch of other programs that it's offering through the synagogue side.
We certainly do. That's just not the area that I work with, but we absolutely do. You can call the main number of Temple Emanu-El to get that information.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. Okay, are there any free arts classes that you can take? So I guess, so the museum was talking about, several hands are up. Okay, whoever would like to go first for free art classes.
It's Wendy from DOROT.
Great.
All of our on-site classes are free, and we offer a range of art classes: watercolor, drawing, storytelling, you name it, we have a range, something for everybody. So please look at dorotusa.org for our website, which will have our calendar, or write to us.
Great. Lorraine, did you have more you wanted to add?
Yes, so we also offer a wide variety of art programs, many of them through museum partners, even MoMA, who's online with us today, and the Whitney and the Guggenheim and other museums from throughout the city. We're also beginning to offer hands-on art programs. So in November, we'll be offering a program called Taking a Line for a Walk, which will be a drawing class that people can participate in from home. And we expect to have more of those coming up in the future.
Great. And Hannah, I know you mentioned several when you were presenting. I'm assuming those are free for people?
Yeah, all of the programs I spoke about today are completely free, and our art making workshops are more focused on using art making as a way to connect with ourselves and with one another. So they're less focused on specific skills to make finalized products, but about using artistic processes as a way to learn and be with one another.
Great. And I will definitely encourage people to go online to whatever museum they particularly feel attachment to and take a look and see what kind of free offerings they are making, because I think we would all be surprised at how innovative our great cultural institutions have been, just like all the things we learned about these organizations today. And so I'm quite sure there are more than a couple of museums that are proudly in my district, but it doesn't matter where they are. You should go online and take a peek, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them are offering free classes. And they're also offering online tours of their collections, where they have world famous people presenting on their art collections, which are sort of set up as a tour of the museum, even though you're not in the museum. And I don't care if they call it a tour of the Met or an art class about art in the Met. It's the same experience where you are learning from experts about this world quality art that we have available through so many great institutions in New York City that, trust me, to the frustration of the museums also, up until recently, nobody could actually come in and look at. And so everybody was busy videotaping their collections and setting it up in formats where people could view them online, could learn more about what was there, and could hopefully plan their next trip whenever the facilities were going to be open again. So I think—
Can I add something?
Please. Yeah.
Temple Emanu-El Streicker Center this year centered a lot of our programming around Barbra Streisand, her music and her films, and we have a full museum. And the museum was open for about, I suppose, 4 months with the most fabulous, fabulous exhibit about Barbra Streisand's life, with original costumes from Funny Girl and so forth. Of course, right now the museum is closed, but our museum curator has a virtual walkthrough of the museum, and it is on our website under the archived events. It's really wonderful to see.
That's great. And again, as David was presenting from his musical institution, it's almost like museum classes. It's music classes. We're talking about, I think we got cut off on the presentation part. They're talking about online master classes as something you can participate in. So talk about wanting to try something you might not have been willing to try in front of other people, opening your mouth and singing from your bathroom with your computer. I don't know, but I'll take a lesson from Audra McDonald or Barbara anytime. So there seemed like there was an enormous amount of options just in the few institutions that we have with us today. Here's a question specifically for MoMA. Are you doing virtual classes specifically for seniors?
So all of the programs that I talked about are available to adults generally, or the drawing workshops are for all ages. I work in public programs. I have coworkers who work specifically in community partnerships where they partner with specific senior centers and organizations. But yeah, those are long-standing partnerships, whereas the programs I talked about today are available to all adults.
And then a question about intergenerational programs. So I know that Gladys was telling us about one program started by a number of teenagers working with people in cultural arts and the New York City Senior
Foundation for Senior Citizens.
Thank you. Does anybody else know any intergenerational programs in the arts and culture? Oh, I see hands up again. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Lorraine.
Hi, so DOROT means generations in Hebrew. So we have a whole intergenerational programming department, although Lorraine's program, University Without Walls and Onsite at Home, has many intergenerational programs that we offer. We have an entire department that's not represented here today that has many wonderful after school and weekend and evening programs. So the person who's interested can find out by logging onto DOROT's website or by dropping us a note, and we'll pass it along to our colleagues.
Great. Another question we were getting was about, let's see, I'm a senior who's been a member of TDF for over 30 years. As I am currently paying $40 membership fee, how can I receive and switch for the discounted rate moving forward? Well, that's a good question. Can you, Gladys?
Yes, yes. I put the link in the chat, and the link has the embedded promo code in it. So, or if the person is getting a renewal in the email and then she clicks to renew on the email, she can just enter the promo code, which is your name, Krueger.
Okay. Wow, you get a discount for using my name. That's never happened.
Yes.
All right, excellent. I'm going to remember that one. Thank you. A number of people have written in questions about, are programs offered in any language besides English? We know we had one person looking for Yiddish, but probably more likely to be looking for Spanish or some of the other languages used broadly in New York. How do you handle non-English speakers in your different organizations? I'll just start going through. Gladys first.
Okay, these online viewing events, we did one in Mandarin, and then we'll be doing another one in Mandarin this month, and then next month we'll be doing Spanish. So we've just started them. So we've done about 2 or 3 in English. The Mandarin ones were a huge hit, and Spanish will be a huge hit, I'm sure, as well. So far, those are the 3 languages we can cover: English, Spanish, and Mandarin.
How about you over there at MoMA?
Yeah, we have an initiative in the education department called Hablarte, which is a program that's in Spanish. And actually, there was a talk today in Spanish, so I'm not sure when the next one will be. But in addition to Spanish language programs, we also have other content and resources in Spanish on MoMA's magazine on its website. So I can drop some links of resources that you can take a look at. And the next upcoming project will be a series of artist interviews conducted in Spanish that are available on MoMA's website.
Great. David, I mean, it's not as much a language music, but do you do multilingual programming?
The most explicitly multilingual program that exists in this space is our Lullaby project, which Carnegie Hall and dozens of partner organizations around the country and around the world compose lullabies. Young, new and expecting parents, mostly moms, but compose lullabies to their babies, and it's a fantastic program. We do a lot of high need settings, and a lot of that was just great, super inspiring. Maybe I'll try to put it in the chat, and a lot of that work happens in Spanish. Working with, it's essentially especially trained teaching artists work with the parents to compose lullabies and then perform them. They get recorded, and it helps to develop linguistic skills. It It facilitates parent-child bonding, and lots of great public health outcomes, maternal wellness, wellness outcomes. An awesome program. Some of our other programs, like our Link Up, which is an elementary school program, is adapted to other languages, including Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, a bunch of languages. But those are really mostly for international programs.
Great. And the ladies of DOROT?
So on University Without Walls, we actually have a couple of different options. We have a long-term program called Russian University Without Walls, which specifically serves the Russian-speaking community. May not be as popular as Spanish, but it is definitely a constituency here in New York. We also, through a partnership with University Settlement in New York City, are conducting phone programs in Mandarin and in Cantonese. And we have another partner in California, Well Connected, who has Well Connected and Espanol. So all of their programming is also offered in Spanish, very similar to what we're doing. I'll put all of that information into the chat.
Great. And I don't know, oh, wait, Wendy, you had something else to contribute?
No, just itching my nose.
Oh, sorry, I read it as, okay, and I don't know if to put the temple on, on the spot. I don't know if you do any kind of multilingual.
We don't have anything. We offer a lot of things about France this year. French Jewish experience in film, but that's it.
But people, again, think about the different institutions that are out there and the options that you could probably find through institutions for multilingual programming and translation, because I think there are perhaps never enough, but a significant number in New York City, including theater that is not in English and may in fact also be taping some of their shows and may not be as noticeable to us if we're not looking, but conceivably are doing performances in other languages where you can go online and watch them, because there is so much great diverse world theater and dance and music in our city. And for all panelists, I guess there's a phone number that just popped up for Chinese programs. So I'll just read it off to people: 212-453-4542. So we might just explore that. Of course, those of us, we know that Chinese isn't one language or one culture. There's a diversity of Chinese dialects and Chinese communities in New York, adding to the diversity and sometimes confusion when you are trying to make sure that you are multilingual. Well,
Excuse me, Senator Krueger. Sorry, that was Lorraine from DOROT that added in the Chinese programming. So those programs are with University Settlement, and they're offered in Mandarin and in Cantonese.
Wow.
So thank you so much for asking for that clarification.
Thank you, Lorraine. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
In my past life, I ran a senior program down on the Lower East Side, and we needed to have 4 different Chinese language speakers on staff because it was a section of Chinatown that was very intersectional at that time. And, you know, people kept explaining to me they had no idea what that person was saying. So, you know, stupid Caucasian, I assumed that the dialects might be close enough that people could wing it, and I was completely wrong. And it's even more diverse in New York today. With that, I think I am actually taking us to the thank you so much for your participation today. I know that I actually want to get off of this and go check out a number of the websites that you were referencing, because I've always had a fantasy that I'm going to make it to Carnegie Hall on the stage someday. So maybe master classes from now to 90, and I will be ready. We will see. But I really do want to thank all of you and your institutions for participating today. And I want to remind everybody that we will be here tomorrow and Thursday with different topics and issues, but same time. And if you found this one, you got the information of how to find tomorrow and Thursday as well. If not, you all know how to find my Facebook page which has the information up on that. Again, just a final thank you to Marjorie, David, Wendy, Lorraine, Hannah, and Gladys for being with us today. And for those of you who are out there and are watching and listening and are thinking you still have follow-up questions, you still think you need some more help to explore things you're trying to find out about, please always know, reach out to my office. You can email us, you can phone us, you can send old-fashioned kinds of mail. But lately, everybody seems to have mastered the email and the phone system. So we try to be there for everyone. And we know this is a very difficult time for us to all be living in, and we're all going through our own angst. But some of it will be done as soon as that vaccine is ready and approved by a scientific base of people. Don't listen to politicians about what vaccine to shoot yourself up with. Ignore us on that. Wait for the science to be ready. And we have an election coming up, and perhaps many of us will be much happier with the outcome of for our government after that election, without getting too partisan here. But let's go, Joe Biden. We need you. Anyway, with that, thank you all so much for participating. Goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.